Hey everyone. So I just wanted to give you an update. I so not in the mood to give you an update, but that's a really good reason to give you an update because I have to explain to you why I'm not in the mood to give an update. So I had my second ECT session today. And like last time, my first one, I felt great. And I slept 14 hours that night. It was amazing sleep, and I couldn't be, well, I'm sure I could be happier. But it was great. It was such a good start. And something happened because today's session, well, first off, dear doctors, if you are running behind over an hour, please contact your patients to let them know so they're not sitting around because it's kind of dehumanizing to go out of our way to be there on time, only to be held up. And I know things happen, but that's why I say just give us a phone call. I think everyone who's been a patient can agree on that. So it was a new doctor because the my doctor wasn't in today, and a new anesthesiologist. So the beautiful French anesthesiologist was not there today. It was, and so I had to try to explain because I have this weird reaction to the anesthesia, and I tried to explain, but every time you explain something, there's always something that can get misheard or whatever. So I don't know what happened, but I woke up. I was crying. I was depressed. I was suicidal. It's like they have like a little reverse button and they went click. And instead of taking the depression away, they made it worse. And it sucked. And it still sucks. I slept in the car on the way home because it's like a 2-hour drive. And I'm still affected by it, you know? I'm not taking this as it was a failure in treatment. I still have high hopes for it. I really do. I mean, you don't just take one little data point and extrapolate from it. But it was a setback or not morally. It was a setback just momentum-wise. So, but I want to fill you in on a couple things that has happened since my last update. I have noticed a couple of memory glitches, which is really interesting because I've had memory issues before, and when I had my nervous breakdown, it was like I lived a life of my ex actually likened it to being living with someone with dementia. It's really bad. These memory glitches are different because before there was always a nagging suspicion that I was forgetting something, and these memory blips, there's nothing. It's gone. There's no nagging. You know, like when you're trying to find a word and it's like on the tip of your tongue. Just imagine as if you had never even learned that word at all. It's a very strange sensation. Luckily, I have lots of experience with having a broken brain, so it doesn't freak me out. And I've had a lot of experience in understanding, what these different phenomenon, these little things, what they feel like and how they're different. So I could say, I had a brain glitch and they all sound the same. You forget something or you whatever. But to me, there's distinct little tiny micro feelings that underlie all of these things. And it was weird. A really good friend of mine, Kitty Hawk, I was on Discord and I was, gonna send her a message and I saw the picture. I recognized her little logo, but I couldn't remember her name. And it was as if she just existed as a logo, and it only lasted about 30 seconds. But it was weird because there was no there was nothing else there. It was just she was gone. And that was disturbing. I talked to, when I was in the psych ward, I talked to a couple people who had undergone ECT, and they were mentioning that their memory issues got worse as the sessions progressed. So who knows what's going to happen? So some memory problems, fuzzy-headedness, concentration issues, are all pretty standard, and I have felt those. Up until today, I was totally cool with them because I felt really good about them. But today was a hard day. Thank you to everyone on social media who's been so supportive. And for those who've watched these videos, I hope you've enjoyed them. I'm keeping this one short because there's just not much to say. I mean, I've been crying all day, and I didn't even bother, like, you know, tidying up my makeup or putting on like regular clothes. So anyways, that is my update. ECT session 2. Have a good weekend, guys.